everyone, and welcome back to the Balearic Yacht Show. Thank you for joining us once again. We can see the rain has receded, and the action is starting to happen again in the background. And it's actually, I have to be honest, this time yesterday it was pretty sticky and pretty hot, so I'm enjoying this, I have to say. I'd love to introduce my guest, Carlos Morales. He is from the general manager of Astilleros de Mallorca. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
No, it's our pleasure. You know, I don't really know a lot about you, so I'd like you to let me know, what is your background in yachting and what brought you where you are today?
Okay. Yeah, well, my father actually was a naval architect, and I have been sailing since I was 4 years old. So I think, as far as I remember, I have been surrounded by boats all my life. No? Then obviously when it came to university, it was easy to decide to do yacht design and naval architecture, which I did in Southampton in the UK. And after that I've been working yacht design offices and different type of shipyards. I've done here in Spain but also abroad. Before coming to Astilleros de Mallorca I was working at Oceanco, which is in the Netherlands. And I've done new builds, I've done repair and refit, and even for a while, for 2.5 years, I was an owner's representative. So I think I've been working in all different positions in this industry, and that gave me quite a good view of it, and also helped me to have a vision about what I wanted to do in Astilleros de Mallorca. No? You see in other places the things that work and the things that do not, and you learn from that. And yeah, that really helped me. Yeah.
Well, in Astilleros, it's both new builds and refits, correct?
For a while it was. Astilleros de Mallorca is next year will be 8 years old, and so it has quite a history, and an interrupted history because it's been working non-stop for 80 years. And in that time we have done a bit of everything. It all started with building as well, not only yachts, mainly commercial vessels. Then we also started to build yachts and repair them. And then from 1992 we shifted completely to repair and refit, just repair and refit, and only yachts. So that's what we do now. Nowadays we don't do a new build, although it is true that one of our owners, they have a shipyard in the northwest of Spain, in Vigo. It's the Freire family, so the Freire shipyard. And then they are doing also new builds, and they normally do commercial vessels. But right now actually they are building yachts, and we collaborate with them as well. Yeah.
So why was your focus shifted to refit here then?
Well, in the 90s, of course, there was a bit of a crisis in the ship industry in Spain and in Europe in general, and being in an island that made it even more complicated because it is difficult to compete when you are here in a new build. It is completely different in a repair and refit. We can talk about it afterwards, but in new build it's quite difficult. So yeah, it also led from one thing to the other because we were doing both things, new build and repair, and also commercial vessels. So, and at the end it was more and more yachts, more and more refits. So at the end you decide, okay, let's carry on with that as our core business, no?
Well, and a lot of my interviews lately have really started to focus and change towards sustainability. Yachting didn't have, I guess, the greatest reputation in the past. That is really rapidly changing. Now, one thing that I know about Astilleros is that you guys are really focused on making sure that you have a clean yacht.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, apart from having the ISO 14001 for environmental management, we also have environmental included in two different departments. One is facilities, so that's taking care of the operational part. So that means that they make sure that we do the things correctly in the everyday life of the shipyard. But also it is integrated in the department of quality and innovation. And over there, we are involved in many different projects, which are, some, for example, are included with the Port Authority here in Palma for the reduction of the volatile organic compounds from painting. And we are working closely with them. Also, we are doing that with the ICOMIA group, which is a more international thing. And we also do with the Port Authority a project of circle energy as well, and with Sormar, which is, you probably don't know, but it is a well-known technological center that englobes all the Spanish shipyards. We are working in a project together with them in order to evaluate the feasibility of adapting the hydrogen cell technology into the energy needs that a shipyard has. No? So those are some of the examples. But in my opinion, the best thing that we've managed to do, and it took quite a long time, is to create awareness within our people. And you know, in an industry which is working not in general, sometimes not clean, it is very difficult to get people with the right mindset, and that took us years. But I have to say that we are very happy that that culture is already with us. So yeah, very proud of that.
That's exciting. Well, I mean, you've got a lot of great exciting things coming up ahead. I mean, there's the planned move. There's many things going on with Astilleros now. What comes next?
Yeah, well, we are placing. We have been in that place since 1968. Before that, we were in a different location, already in a different location inside the port of Palma. And yeah, that area, which is very close to the city center, the Port Authority and the city of Palma, intends to use it for a more recreational use, no? Which is they want to city center. We are doing an industrial job, and there is the project now to relocate us to another side of the port, at the end of the commercial quay, so just there at the end of STP. And it will be a much larger area, and we will be able to put a synchro lift, a ship lift, to haul out bigger yachts up to 5,000 tons. So that will allow us to take out of the water yachts up to 100 and 110 meters. So we think that's obviously good for us, but in our opinion, it's good for the whole industry here in Palma. Because right now our limiting capacity is 75 meters, which is the maximum we can do at Astilleros. And at STP, the maximum is 60 meters with the new travel lift that they have of 1,000 tons. So, if you compare that to what our competitors are doing in other areas of the Mediterranean, we are really stuck. I mean, they are already going to the 4,000, 5,000 tons. And we are happy that we have that project, and we will bring the whole industry here in Palma to that level as well. You have to remember that it's not only us. I mean, right now, like 85% of our turnover is done also with our subcontractors. So of course we have workshops, but we use a lot of subcontractors. So at the end of the day, it will be, I think, very good for the whole industry here in Palma. Yeah.
Well, in your opinion, why should people choose Mallorca for their refits? What is it that is so special about this area that people should come here to do business and to be part of the yachting community?
Well, for sure, it's not for the sun, or at least not today, but no, in general, well, you know that the weather is not like that, especially in June, but it happens today. Well, there are the obvious ones. The island is beautiful. It is very well located strategically, because it is in the exit from the south of France towards the Atlantic. I think there is in Palma, obviously, a very cosmopolitan community, and you are a good example of that, of course. And I think crew feel great here. So that's one thing, but I think the major thing why this has become a hub of such importance for the repair and refit is the fact that all of us have been able to develop an industry which has more than 400 companies dedicated to this industry. So actually, that gives the clients such a power of choice, and you can find a specialist for everything here, just in Palma. That's quite unique, no? And that fact, that we have become such an important hub for repair and refit in the Mediterranean has not only raised the number of companies dedicated to that, but also the level of expertise and professionalism of those companies, no? So that I think that's really what makes us unique.
Well, if people want to find you, you of course have the virtual booth in the Balearic Yacht Show, so they can make an appointment and check you out. If you're looking to come on down to the Palma Yacht Show, you guys have a stand here as well?
Yeah, we have a stand just behind me, and of course, we are also welcoming people at our yacht, which is 5 minutes walk from here, so that's also fine.
Well, and worldwide too. You can always go online. It's Astilleros de Mallorca. We'll make sure to give you that information if you don't know how to spell it. It took me years to learn how to say that properly.
I can imagine so. Don't feel guilty for that, yeah.
But yes, we'll make sure to have it there. And if you're somewhere in the world and you're thinking of refitting, well, you know what? Check them out. They have a great team over there. I have met quite a few of them and had great conversations. Actually, one of your founders as well. We started getting into a great conversation about Canada one day.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, you should also interview our CEO, which is Diego Colón. Diego Colón comes, he's a direct descendant from Christopher Columbus.
It was him that I was talking to one day. He was absolutely amazing. He had stories. One of these, I would hate to say salty sailors, but saying it in a good way. But he just had story upon story upon story, and I could have sat there and talked to him for the entire afternoon. And there's not very many people that I've met in my life that, because each story was just more fascinating than the one before.
Definitely. And to work with him, for me, is an honor, to be honest. So.
And he's very knowledgeable. I mean, even names that you don't think he would know. It was just.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable, not only in this industry, but in general. He has a great culture, and it's great. I think it would make a great interview, that's for sure. Yeah.
Oh, we'll bring that to you at a later date, definitely, because if I get the chance to interview him, it could be like a 5-part series. Because that man can talk, but every single bit of it is something that you really want to listen to, and you can't wait to hear the end. Do you know what? I want to say thank you. I know you're a very busy man, so I want to thank you for your time.
Thanks to you, indeed. A pleasure being here. If you want, I can repeat another year.
Thank you so much. Once again, this has been the General Manager of Astilleros de Mallorca, Carlos. We thank you for joining us. And you know what? We've got more coming up here for you today. We're again at the show tomorrow and again on Sunday. You get to see my smiling face every single day. I know. You're blessed. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back at you real shortly here. And don't forget, tonight at the evening, we have another wine tasting for you of a local Mallorquin wine, which we want to highlight. So my name is Ria. I've been your host, and thank you for watching live streaming for the Balearic Yacht Show.